Amazing, brother. Just want to say thank you for doing this, man. I appreciate it a lot. I know you're a busy man. I know you like to work out basically every hour that God gives you, and we're in between siestas, like you said. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate the message, and I'm happy to be here, and let's see how the talk goes.
Yeah,
So I'm really excited about this.
amazing, brother. First of all, tell us a story, man. Tell us a story of you, how you got into this whole fitness thing. You're pretty good at it. We'll say like 5 out of 10 at least, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, how do you get into this?
Okay. So I grew up like in a small town in Catalonia, not in Basque Country,
Mhm.
and I used to play football. Uh, I played football until I was 20, yeah, actually 20. So first of all, I met CrossFit when I was 15 years, when I was 15 years old, because a friend of mine, he knew about fitness, and he told me like, hey, you gotta try this. And first of all, I used CrossFit as a way to be more athletic and more strong in football, but football was my main thing, and I was just like, okay, but I was not really into it. I was going like 2 days a week. Maybe 1 week I was not going because I didn't want to. So I was kind of mm, just not so into it. And then it was not until I was 17. No, it was in 2017. So that was around 2013, 2014. That was I get into CrossFit. I knew something about CrossFit, but I quit. Like I quit 2 times. Like I went to the owner and I said, dude, this is not for me. I'm following football. I don't want to do this anymore. But then in 2017, in March or February of 2017, my career in football, I was playing in a third league, in like regional, like almost semi-professional league, and I was not playing that much as I expected. So I started doing other sports. I tried climbing. I tried again CrossFit. So that time, with my best friend, I started CrossFit a lot. Like we were training all day. We started doing like classes and 1 hour class. But after that, like I was really getting addicted to, like, I want to improve. I wanted to get this. I wanted to do that, and I don't know how, but I was in 1 year. I was competing. I was doing like 2 sessions or 1 session, one big session, like 3 hour session. So it was kind of like that. In 2017, I started training every day until now in 2022, almost 2023. So yeah, I'm almost like that. Yeah, like you. I don't know how did I get to that level, but yes, it was just training every day and keep going.
Mm. A lot of hard work, mate, and always showing up to the gym. That's how you got there, brother. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah, exactly.
it's not that complicated. It's just really friggin' difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I did not feel that as difficult. I mean, we just had back then in 2017, we had like a big group of training. It was my best friend. We had also like big group of friends. Like we were like every day, like 6 to 10 people just training, and
Mhm.
I was just so pumped to train. I did not see that as a sacrifice. I was just enjoying and
Mm.
having fun with my friends because I was training with my friends. So for me, it was like social.
Amazing. I mean, that's a massive factor of your success,
Hmm.
right? Of if you love the process, then you're always gonna help a lot more. As they say, the man who loves walking will always walk further than the man who loves the destination.
Yes,
Just
yes,
turn up every day and get the shit done.
yes. That's true. I mean, for me, I when I started that, I didn't know anything about competing, or I didn't know that this could be like a life, like a life. Like I didn't know that I could earn money with this. You know, for me, it was more about just I want to beat myself of yesterday and yesterday and yesterday and yesterday. So that was I had a lot of fun training. So that's the main thing for me.
Yeah, awesome. Here's a question. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned through training?
Well, for me, I think as I said before, I mean, now I feel like a really I'm really committed to training, like to sacrifice whatever I had to.
Mhm.
But uh, before that, when I was playing football, for example, uh, I was not like that. I've never been so commit or sacrifice. I did not sacrifice that much when I was playing football or when I was studying. I had a degree, but I felt like I did not put my effort, 100% effort on that. But I learned that through CrossFit. I learned that if I put my effort every day on what I have to do, not on what I have to do in the gym, but also when I get home and I need to recover, I need to eat, I need to do things that maybe I don't want to, or I lost things that I want to do, like a trip or like having parties or something like that. So that's what I thought. That's what I learned the most. Like I learned that you have to be great or to be further away than you want to be. Uh, you have to make some sacrifice and it should be fine. Like if you wanna, you don't have to do that and then have some regrets. Like I'm not feeling when I'm 40 years old, and I'm not saying like, oh, I could have more parties when I was 25 or when I was 20. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like I did what I could to be better, and that's what I think I learned from this journey.
Yeah, for sure. Like that thought of regret is such a powerful one. It's such a great motivator, right? Just to keep pushing you forward. Like that's not something that you want to taste. You don't want to know what the taste of regret is like,
Yeah.
like looking back, and you got to deal with that every day, and you're going to kick yourself every day because of that. And that's definitely something that will push you forward through times.
hmm Yeah, regrets are. I don't like regrets, and
Mm,
I felt that before, and it's kind of it's a difficult feeling, for me. I
mm,
don't like regrets, so I try to first of all I try to do whatever I want every day. Like I can choose my day, my schedule. I can choose almost everything. I have to train, but I feel like I choose that every day.
mm,
So there is no regret for me in that way.
mm. What's your purpose, brother? What do you want to do?
uh like for me now, it's I want to go to the games. Like I feel like in CrossFit, of course, I mean that's the big goal, but I don't know if I am not ever gonna make it. I don't feel like I will have something like fuck, I didn't make it. It's more like, well, I mean, I did what I could, but
Hmm.
now it's just going to the games. Um, I feel like I'm going, or we're going to the good way. Like I changed a lot of things in my last year. I feel like I improved a lot my fitness level globally. So I mean, I think this is my first year going full, 100% full in CrossFit, and I feel like I have more years to come, and this is just like the beginning for me in this big journey that we say being an elite CrossFit athlete.
Sure. Like training so hard for a specific goal like this as like a professional athlete, right? Is kind of like a journey of self-discovery. You kind of unturn
hmm
pages of yourself and you find, oh, okay, this is good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, right? And you start learning more about yourself as you progress through, right?
hmm
And what would you say you've learned from yourself being this pro athlete now?
well, I learned that I always thought about myself that I'm really gifted with with athletic things. Like when I was doing physical education in school or in high school, I was feeling like, oh, I'm really good about this. I was thinking that I was pretty good at almost everything, but I thought I learned with CrossFit that I'm really bad. Like gift, like natural talent. It's not one of my best things. Like I mean, I'm really good at some things, but most of the things I practiced, I had a lot of problems with handstand walk or with butterfly chest to bar. Like coordination,
Mm.
it's not my thing. Like,
Mm.
uh, and that gave me that was hard because I had to work a lot of on that things, like more coordination things, like more gymnastic things. It was difficult.
Mm. It's quite addictive though, right? Like kind of embarking on those journeys where you kind of presented with something that you're not naturally good at, right? And especially if it's you, that's a barrier you've got to get through to get to a place where you want to go, right? I.e. the games. It's quite addictive unpeeling these stickers and be like, oh, okay, like this is something I'm not necessarily gifted at. I need to work at and then improve from there, right? And CrossFit's so funny in this because it's so many, it's spinning so many plates, right? There's so many different
Yeah, there are
skills and
many things.
strengths that you need. There's so many things, and I think it's incredible to watch.
Yeah, it's really difficult to. It's really easy to have one big hole, like in CrossFit. Like if you think about it, like well, maybe there's a guy in Sweden that he's really good doing everything, but his mobility is not that good, so he is not able to do overhead. He's not able to have like overhead positions. Or maybe there's another guy in Italia that he is also really good at almost everything, but he had an injury 5 years ago, and his knee is not doing well, so he's not able to do squats.
Mhm.
Like there are so many factors that could fuck you up in this thing in this CrossFit, because we are doing almost everything. You have to be good at everything. You have to be like 7 in everything or 8 in everything. That it's so easy to just be bad at something, and the thing is like you have to discover like when at what thing are you the bad, like because everyone has something that he's just bad, so he has to work more on it. Everyone, or what I saw in my career is more like everyone has something that he's good at. He doesn't need to practice that much, but in the other hand, they have big holes in, and that's where that's where they have to work on. So
Mm.
it's really difficult to, and it's frustrating. You have to be you have to work a lot in your mental game, because that could be hard for to train, or to keep failing. Like you almost fail every day. So mental game is also important.
How do you work on your mental game then? Because I think personally that is the biggest factor. That is the one thing that's going to separate people. The ability to put themselves into that hole and just
Mhm.
and just hold on. So how do you work on your mental game for you personally?
Well, I don't think I work consciously in that. I mean, I studied psychology as a degree, so I finished this 2 years ago. But for me, the mental game, it's more about there's one thing about like suffer and to be able to turn the mind off and just go. That's one thing. But there's the thing like to keep you going and not being frustrated and just keep going. If you fail or you don't perform as you thought you should do, um, just keep going the next day or the next day or the next day. Maybe if the program has like five types of training, if you screw up on the first one, maybe the fourth others you are not doing as you should because you are frustrated or you're sad or you're angry. So there are two mental games. One is more about the day and day, that just being commit and being able to perform 100% every day in every single thing you have to do. And there's another one that it's more about just going all hard and going and knowing, also not going all out, but going in a pace you think you can maintain for that time domain, because it's not the same as 2-minute workout or 8-minute workout or 20-minute workout or 1 hour workout. It's not the same. It's, yeah, as you said, it's one of the, or maybe the most important thing in CrossFit. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I work that by my own or with a professional, but I'm just feeling like I know myself a lot, so I know how I have to work through these things, and like I don't know. It's difficult because I always felt like this was one of my things, like when I do a workout and I don't do it, I do it bad. For me, I have like 5-10 minutes of fuck. I want to quit and I want to burn everything, but then it's like, okay, this is gone. I can now focus on my next workout, And
Mm-hmm.
most of the athletes, they doesn't know how to, like they do one bad workout and the next one is also bad because they are thinking on the first one. The third one is also bad because they are thinking on the second one, and that's just like they are so emotional, or they are just telling them that they are not good enough, So that ability to just don't think about anything, just go, like just count reps or just focus on breathing, just like being mindfulness, like it's almost like a um like a meditation. When you're doing CrossFit, the best way to perform is not thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's a very powerful tool, and I think I want to backtrack a little bit of when you said you understand yourself, and that
Mm-hmm.
self-awareness tool seems like a superpower. Like I have experienced it, I'm sure you will have done, I'm sure many other people listening to this will have experienced it, where like if you understand your body, right? We're all sports people here. We've all done some sort of fitness in the past and continuously do fitness, right? You
Mm-hmm.
understand how you work. Okay, cool. Body's just going to send you signals. Some of them we're going to
Yeah.
ignore because that's the that's the aim of the game. We've got to try and get to the finish line quickly, and then some of them you're like, oh, okay, something's breaking down here. We might need to adjust this game plan on the fly, right? And I think that
Mm-hmm.
self-awareness of like figuring out and understanding truly who you are, both upstairs and downstairs too, with this body, is really really important. I think that will come hand in hand as well. Yeah.
Yes, I remember. I don't know in which competition, but we were competing, and it was like a long workout, and we were talking about how are you gonna break this, or how are you gonna go, and I was like, I don't know, like I was telling with a friend of mine that he was also competing, so he was also my he was competing my competitor, but it was like, bro, I don't know, I don't want to lie to you, I wanna win you, but I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I might get to there was chest to bar, and I was like, I might get to the chest to bar and go broken, but I might break. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I have to
Mm.
feel the thing. I have to feel myself. Maybe I can go unbroken, but maybe I have to go 5s or 10s. It's that self awareness, as you said, it's really important, and I really don't know how to work on it. It's more about you have to be smart. I think CrossFit, it's also important to be smart in these situations, or on a long run. You don't have to be, you have to be aware of the one who's next to you, but
Mhm.
he doesn't have to own you. He doesn't have to feel you, or if he's going faster than you just have to let it go, because maybe the workout is longer and he's going too faster for you, or maybe in that work in that precise movement he's better than you, and he's going to like it's really difficult to manage
Mm,
that things.
mm.
That's really difficult, and it's kind of yeah. If you start to think about all these things, it's kind of CrossFit is like it's huge. It's huge. Like there are many things to do.
Yeah, man. I think it starts outside the gym, you know. I think understanding who you are as a person anyway, you know, outside of the gym, like apart from all these, you know, crazy things, like you said, CrossFit is there's so much going on. Like, no, take yourself out of there. Like understand who you are, you know, and really understand who you are. And then I think
Hmm.
you take off those expectations, right? You know, let's flip the switch here. And if I'm just coming to you and you're my coach and you tell me to do tens the whole way, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll do tens. And then something just I went out too hot or something didn't go right and I cannot hold on for those tens. If I don't know who I am, I'm gonna live and die by that game plan. And
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's important to like 2% of the time. You need to be able to hold on to a game plan. But most of the time, 98% of the time, I'm not going to be a hold on because I've redlined it, right? And then you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to spin plates on the fly and be like, okay, cool. I can't do that now. Great. I'm going to have to slow down, control my heart rate, breathe, calm myself back down
Hmm.
so then I can ramp it back up again, right? We've all seen those athletes that live and die by that game plan and usually it never goes down very well.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's kind of being at least we saw it now in the games in this final event that they made at this Jackie Pro that they say that for this 1 kilometer row they set the pace. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how it's gonna feel that pace because probably if you're going if you don't have that pace you are going slower. So you don't know how you're gonna feel. So that's one that's important. You know, this is like a new thing in sport. Like you have to do this in this time, and after that, it's kind of the workout begins.
Mm-hmm.
And we we took that, and we are doing this now a lot in the programming. We are doing like some kind of imam. Like you have to do 25 echo bike on the first minute, and then the workout begins. You know, let's see how you're gonna feel. Or you have to do 20 bar facing burpees or 30 bar facing burpees, and then the workout begins, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to go all out. And let's see what happens. No, we are seeing like how is the athlete uh, able to manage in a difficult way or in a uh, these things are they are new to the sport. They are bringing like no new capacities of recover or new capacities or to manage this stress because this is more stress for the athlete. So
Mm-hmm.
there are so many things now.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like an aura of experimentation, right? Like we can have
Yeah.
all these theories and everything's like super science based and you're like, great, but what's it going to be like when we get chucked out on that floor and there's lions and tigers and everybody's screaming at you and adrenaline's high? It's like, no, this is just gladiators in arena and we don't know what's going to happen. You know, the gladiator could get torn to pieces or they could come out on top and we can just watch, you know, let's just figure it out. And I think that's really exciting. One, to be a part of it, and then two, just to watch it as well, right? I've just been like, guys, we don't know for certain. Let's just figure this out. Go out there and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. There is a lot of testing for us in the training. Like we have also like we want to perform well, or at least I want to perform well in training. But there are also workouts that I see that okay, maybe in this one I don't want to perform well. I want to see if I am able to do these things in like inside the workout. I want to do this, and let's see how this goes. You know, because maybe in the workout or maybe there's a workout like looks like this one and I know that oh I remember that I did that and it was okay or it was not okay. So
Mm-hmm.
because we are doing like a lot of workouts and the combinations of the workouts we have always done like
Mm-hmm.
if you see a thruster burpee workout you kind of know how you can go or if this workout is going good for you or bad for you. If you see deadlift with hands and walk we everyone has done like every workout, like maybe not the same workout, but we train a lot, all of us.
Yeah.
So it's more about having this information while you are doing the workout. Like I don't know, like if I did 25, 15, 9 of deadlift and 2 times the push up, like at the end, I can say, oh, I remember that last month I did that, I went unbroken, and I blew up because my shoulders were not able to did the last set of handstand push-ups. So I'm gonna break, And if you don't do that, or if you don't remember that, if you go always all out, always blowing up, or always red line, you don't learn. You have to learn while training. That's also important to learn about yourself and also about the workouts, about the movements.
Oh,
About how
100%.
yes, about how they influence on the next one. It's not the same to do chest to bar and then do some rowing, that chest to bar, then some biker. It's not the same because the muscles that are in that movement, they are not the same. So yeah, everything is important.
Yeah, you
Basically.
definitely have to learn who you are as an athlete, and how you respond to those
Hmm.
stimulus and those combinations of movements as well, right? And you might need to calm down in a workout, and I might need to speed up, and then vice versa. It's going to flip because we both have different parts that we're better at, right? And
Hmm.
it's really really important, especially when you get into that professional slash semi pro, or even just I'm a serious athlete and just want to train hard. You've got to be able to analyze and reflect on your training rather than just, oh yeah, I just go hard and then just kind of throw it off and bin it. You're like, no, we need to figure out whether we're actually progressing or not.
Yeah.
Brother, I got 3 questions.
Okay, tell me.
What's the greatest piece of life advice you've ever received?
uh okay. Mm, advice. uh I think it's like the best thing that I have ever learned. It's more about that the effort it's not that you cannot show up doing effort. Like you cannot be happy to just put effort. Like effort it's like the basic. Like effort it's not negotiating. Like you cannot negotiate the effort. Not even not just in CrossFit, but in everything. Like effort it's if you don't put the effort, or you are not doing your 100%. For me it's like gone. I don't like that people around me, like if I'm doing something CrossFit now, but maybe after CrossFit I want to, I get into the business, or I get into a family, or I get into developing something, so I want to do it 100%. Like I don't want to be surrounded by people that they go 70% in their lives and they're just fine by that. Like okay, you can do it, but just I don't want people around me. Like for me, like I want people around me like they are like self-dedicated about what they are doing. If they are doing, if it's like strange for me, like no, I love to be, I don't know, a bartender or a chef, or I like to make coffees. Okay, do it, but do it by your 100%. I'm not judging anything, but all I'm judging is like you have to effort. You have to put some effort on that. That's for me. That's my like all I do, or all I feel about um, as an advice. Like I will say that you have to put the effort on the table, and then we'll see.
Couldn't agree more, brother. It doesn't really matter what you do. Just give your all.
Hmm.
Question 2. What's the worst piece of life advice you've ever received?
The worst. When I back then when I was younger, I was I was feeling myself like I'm selfish, like but I used to feel that as a in a bad way, like or like oh, Aniol, it's so selfish, and he doesn't look. He's just looking about himself, And
Hmm.
I used to feel that in a bad way, or the people I was surrounded, they just. Or I learned that that was bad, and like now I learned that that's not bad if you know how to manage. Like I don't feel like um, I'm a bad person, but I know I'm selfish because I'm pursuing a dream and I'm doing everything in that direction. If I have to leave my hometown to do that, I will do it. If I have to be poor or eat pasta every day because I don't have money, I will do it. If I have to, I don't know. I'm now living in a friend's house because I'm not uh, finding any place where I can live. So I'm doing this for 3 months. It's not my best situation, but it is what I have to do. Like
Hmm.
to have a goal. Like the worst advice is like don't tell the others what you are. Basically, if you feel you are being selfish, maybe why are you doing that. Maybe the others they don't know because they don't have the same dreams as you do or the same goals. People, there are many people that they want to. There's a fun saying in Spanish. Maybe the translation is not that good, but it's kind of they want to see you happy or good, but not better than themselves. I don't know if it sounds familiar to you, but that's like I felt that many years in my life, and it sucks. But yeah, I would say that be selfish, but with a goal.
Yeah, man. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Do your thing, and it's not going to be pretty a lot of the time, but it's going to be
Yeah.
worth it. Live life with no regret.
Exactly.
Last question, brother. What's three words
Mm.
you tell your younger self?
Mm. Uh, the first one is easier. I will tell to spend more time with my parents. Well, with my father because he passed away like 2 years ago, and we were not that close as in the beginning, like when I was younger.
Mhm.
Um, the second one is uh, to be more to put more effort on the things. Back then when I was younger, like 15 years old, something like that, because I learned that when I was 20, and well, maybe that for 5 years it will be differential in some things. And the third one, um, I will tell uh, to not be so ambitious in the way that there was a time in my life that I was feeling like nothing was enough. Like I was not happy because like I was ambitious as I am right now, but I was seeing that in a bad way,
Mhm.
like always frustrating or not having fun or not enjoying what I was doing.
Mhm.
So for me, I could say that three things, though to the younger Aniol would be great for him.
Amazing. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate your time so much, man.
Thank you for the call. Thank you for the talk. Uh, it was really good. Like I feel like we had a great time, and we spoke about important things about CrossFit, not in the physical way, but also in the mental. That it's also important,
Yes, sir.
and I hope the people like it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it a lot, man. And if I can make it over to Spain, we're gonna have to do a workout, man.
Yeah, if you ever come here, we you will have to train. I'll tell you.
You'll you'll have to slow down for me though.
Okay, we go synchro, but at your rhythm.
Yeah, okay, fine. But you won't break a sweat, no problem. Yeah, man. Well, it sounds good. Sounds good. All right, I'll let you know if I make it to Spain. I'm gonna try and make it soon over to the continent,
Okay,
and I'll flick you a message.
okay. You tell me, and we keep in touch.
Sounds good. Speak soon, brother. All right. Have a good session.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye,
Alex.
everybody.
Bye bye.